What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Alain Ghiai, CEO and founder of Sekur Private Data. It's a pleasure to have you on today, Alain. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, Aaron.
Yes, I'm excited to have you back on chatting all about the company. Could you start by giving us a quick update on the company, along with telling us everything you've been up to since we last spoke? It has been a little while, and I'm sure you've been up to, a lot of things.
Yeah, so I think I was here in April, but basically this year, 2023, is a pivotal year for the company because we did announce in December 22 that we are reducing our budget by 50%, and we plan to increase our sales. We also have started a search engine optimization effort and digital marketing campaign as opposed to marketing with influencers. In other words, to reduce our client acquisition cost. So I'm happy to report that our acquisition cost went from, I think it was $700 per client. It went down to mid-30s dollar today in US dollar. In Q1, it was $368. We hired an agency out of LA, and we're doing SEO optimization, digital marketing, digital PR, and that reduces the acquisition cost for direct acquisition of customers. And for some of you guys who are here for the first time, we're Sekur. We offer a secure and private email messaging and VPN solution out of Switzerland for consumers all the way to businesses. So since last we spoke, we've launched our VPN, virtual private network. Happy to say about a third of our new customers buy the VPN. We've launched also multiple packages, different kind of a la carte bundling, and about half of our new users, they basically buy more than one solution, so they bundle it, and so far it's a great success, and we're continuing on our path in order to finish the year within budget. We are below budget, and all the metrics point to our internal targets being met. The biggest thing was that acquisition cost, which has been reduced dramatically, obviously to a level where we have a typical customer basically pays about 150 to 200 US dollars a year, and we're launching also some business solutions. So since April, there's been a lot happening in the company and also in the product improvements as well.
Great to hear, and it's nice to have you on for an update. So do you have any new products or updates planned for the rest of this year?
Yes, we are launching our enterprise solution. It's going to be an expanded version, which will be ready end of September, mid-October. We have clients in Latin America with America Móvil, our telco partner, that has a few banks already lined up for that. So we're finishing the big enterprise rollout. We're going to integrate with Ingram Micro, which is the largest reseller of it's a wholesaler of software and hardware, the biggest in the world. A lot of managed service providers use them. So if, for example, you had somebody maintaining your office, Aaron, they would come and they would buy their software from Ingram, or one of them could be Sekur in the future. We plan to target 15,000 managed service providers and go hard. We're also launching our new email campaign for that. So product-wise, we are refining the email and the messaging. We're launching offline mode. We're also launching this year our voice and video, encrypted calls and video. That's going to be pretty cool. A lot of people are asking for it. And the enterprise solution. So in terms of products, we're planning to finish the biggest part of our R&D at the end of this year, so that next year we can focus our resources more into the sales. So that's a big thing. We're also launching a partnership with Nobilus. We've announced it before, and now the integration has been complete, and that's a B2B reseller with well over 3,000 websites that will be selling Sekur.com. This is a US market mostly.
Great. So you recently released your Q2 financials. How's the financial situation of the company? Do you have enough cash for the rest of the year?
We do. So we basically the first half of the year, a lot of people were looking at the marketing expense. So we've reduced our marketing expense by 83% in Q2, which is pretty good. We increased our sales year over year for Q2 22 compared to Q2 23 by 14%. So even though we reduced our marketing, close to 90%, basically, we were able to increase our sales as well. User base is growing. We've had some churn out of old user that we got from the YouTube influencers. Now we're getting more quality type of customers that are more sticking around, and they're buying more than one solution. We're getting some small business, and I think that contributed to the higher sales, even though we spent 83% less in marketing. We spent in the first 6 months of the year $1.45 million. It's in line with our $3.2 million budget that we had for the whole year. Bear in mind that in Q1 and Q2, we were still paying for some of these old legacy marketing contracts that are now sunsetting. So Q3 and Q4, we expect to spend a lot less on marketing while still increasing our sales for the year. So the financial picture of the company is very good. We have no debt, and according to the financials, we had about 2.6 million in cash at the end of June. So we are well positioned to finish the year and even beyond. So all the metrics are working. We went on a heavy cost reduction. We promised our shareholders we would rein in spending on marketing, which we did, and we are, and we're going to continue to do so. The goal for the company is to eventually reduce its expense so it can run on about 1.2 million Canadian dollars a year. That would be about 100 grand a month, and that's something in terms of revenue that we project to have in the next 12 months or so. And that will basically, it's about 8,000 users, let's say 8,000 users. That would bring us about 100,000 Canadian dollars, and that's kind of the break-even point. Today, we're about at 4,500 users, and we expect to do a huge push in February through June of next year in spending and increase our user base. Also, we have the B2B partners that are coming in, like Nobilis.com and others that we will announce. Those are contributing as well to the user base. So the hard part is kind of done in the first couple of quarters. We probably will see more meaningful results in Q4, but we are definitely on the right track. And we haven't even increased our share count in the last 12 months. So that tells you that we haven't been raising, we haven't been doing, toxic financing or anything like that you see a lot today in the market. So we're in a very privileged position.
Yes, that's very important. So can you give us the highlights for Q2, and what should we be looking forward to in the future?
So Q2 marketing expenses went down from about 1.8 million to about, I think, $280,000 Canadian. That's quite a dramatic thing. Sales up 14% from the year before. Losses went down dramatically. I think about 67% net loss went down. So what we did in Q2, we really tried to bring the spending to the minimal possible, and we still had some of these old contracts that were sunsetting. So we expect Q3 to even have some improvement. And Q2 really showed that we can increase sales compared to the prior year while reducing our marketing budget. Q1 had an increase, I think, close to 50% higher compared to Q1 of last year. Q2 is kind of a tricky quarter for us. Q2 and Q3 are not the best quarters for us. Q1 and Q4 are usually the best, but we still manage to increase our sales while reducing our expenses. And if somebody extrapolate, if we even spent the same amount of money in the second half as we did the first half, we would still end up with over $1 million in the bank. And we plan to spend a little bit less in the second half as we did to the first half.
That's great, Alain. Well, thanks a lot for all those updates. I look forward to having you back on, and best of luck with everything going forward.
Thanks, Aaron. And if anybody has a question, I recommend them to email us at corporate@securprivatedata.com. Also follow us on Twitter at SekurPrivate. And you can also go to securprivatedata.com, go to the investor section. We have a research report, analyst report, and we have our corporate brochure. So thanks for your interest.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.